welcome back to our day 7 of this FIBA U18 AfroBasket. We are here in the capital city of Pretoria on a warm, sunny day. I'm Sindisa Mabunda and I'm here with Emmanuel Shine, and we will be your commentators for the day. Up against our host country, we have Tunisia on our first game of the day, under 18 women's team. South Africa has gone winless in this contest, so they will look to gain some morale, keep their confidence up as they head into qualification, it seems. And Tunisia is looking perfect, almost perfect, having had a perfect record, gone winless this whole competition. What do you make of this contest, Shine?
Obviously, basketball depends on what you do on the day. You could have a great resume, you could have a great run leading up to this, but it all depends on what you do on the day. With that being said, still, it looks like it's leaning towards a Tunisian win over the host nation of South Africa. But I'm sure that the host nation will not go out without a fight, especially in front of the home fans. This is the last game of the group stages, like you mentioned.
The two teams last met in 2004, and Tunisia won that contest from about 20 points. Given what we've seen both teams perform so far, what do you think South Africa can do to kind of maintain some competitiveness all throughout all 4 quarters?
I mean, first thing South Africa will have to do is look after the ball. They gave up 674 turnovers in the game against Cameroon, and then of the 74 turnovers, they also allowed 60 points directly from turnovers and 29 fast break points. That is a lot to give up if you look to win any game. So definitely you have to look after the ball, play better, and I hope Coach Nozi Bonjokweni has put together a system of some sort to just allow this team to inbound the ball and get over the halfway line, as that seemed to have been what really slowed them down in the previous game.
Alright. And Tunisia has emerged as a sleeping giants, and they look to prove it once again. Heading into the knockout stages, what do you think are some key things that Tunisia can work on?
Tunisia, I mean, they know how to close out games. But I think that the game against the game against Rwanda specifically, expose a lot of cracks that they have in terms of how they can play when the intensity is high, when it's a bit of a physical game, how can they keep that going? And we've seen them struggle in a physical game. That's why that game went down to the wire and was only a 3-point game. But I think they have the tools necessary. They've got the players and they get contributions from everybody. And it's not like any 2 players or any 1 player stands out necessarily. So I think they're well built for this. All 12 players have a lot to contribute, and they have different strengths that really puts this team in a position to be successful.
All right. Shane, looking at the lineups here as they sing the national anthem, you can see that clearly Tunisia has more physicality, bigger bodies than South Africa. What do you think that the smaller players can do as the team has to resort to small ball in this contest?
I mean, the advantage of small ball is always that you get to push the ball, you get to run faster, and in doing so, they create a lot of mismatches if they're able to push the ball down the floor really quickly before allowing Tunisia to set up in their defense. But I still believe even the taller players from Tunisia are fast enough, as you've seen compared to the South African team, are fast enough to catch up and to execute a proper defensive transition.
I agree. You mentioned earlier that Tunisia has such a strong system that they use from player 1 up to player 12, and that allows them to really stay competitive throughout all 4 quarters. However, in their third quarter in their last 2 games, they seem to struggle a bit, unable to keep up that momentum, being outscored. How do you think they can kind of work on that to prepare them for the knockout stages?
Without sounding too negative, I don't think this is exactly the contest they need in order to improve that, because we've seen South Africa really struggle, as they've been the only team that have allowed 100 points against them on all occasions. I don't know how that's going to be different today, but then Tunisia will be looking to just keep the foot on the pedal, and I mean, they've already qualified for the next round.
Game's about to start. You can see the coaches doing their final talks with their teams, preparing for the jump ball. It's going to be an interesting start. I think South Africa will come out strong, and despite not having a primary ball handler, I think if they can move the ball well, they can at least capitalize on the speed and tempo of the game to get some fast break layups.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you there. If they can just move the ball around, sort of like netball, just making sure the players get out in transition, and maybe that might be the advantage with a shorter lineup.
I agree.
And I think the Tunisian coach right now will probably be speaking to his team about how they can then start getting ready for what they could potentially face in the knockout stages, as they're already qualified at this stage.
I agree. Here we have the captain, Riatlehile Taukubong. Okay. Riatlehile Taukubong, and captain from Tunisia, Noor Horchani. Seems as though for the jump ball we have Dogoz or Tonga will take the jump ball for South Africa. Let's see who the first tip goes. Seems to be a bit of a false start there. Both teams will go for the jump ball once again. And Tunisia wins the contest. Steal by South Africa. Unlucky there, a bit hard off the glass. Shine, what type of defense do you think South Africa should look to start against this Tunisian team? They were quite successful in their past few games. Strong with rebounds, strong with blocks. So what do you think should be the best go-to for them?
I mean, obviously you don't want to start like that. But then I think what could work for South Africa here, especially with the smaller lineup, is playing a high court press of some sort. It could be a 2-1-2 or man, but as long as it's high. And that way at least you're putting Tunisia under pressure.
I agree. There we have South Africa wide open. And they make their first basket. South Africa gets on the glass. We have a tie game to start.
And like you mentioned, Cindy, this is exactly how you want South Africa to start this game.
I agree. Staying on the board all 4 quarters and never really letting the tempo, or losing the tempo, that is.
Yeah, that is not what you want to do. You do not want to reach. The game is not... I mean, there's still a lot of basketball to play. Getting into foul trouble so early could only keep you on the bench longer. And we've seen that to be the case with the captain, Ria Taukubong, as she's been in foul trouble almost every game so far.
South Africa's been able to beat the full court press on both of these possessions. So I think as long as they can keep on finding the open man and moving the ball. Unlucky with the turnover there. Tunisia gets jump ball.
I think also Tunisia has done their studies on South Africa, and they've noticed that this team has struggled to inbound the ball or to get out early in transition from their game against Cameroon, and that's exactly why they're also coming out in that press to sort of set the tone early.
They're quite disciplined on the press, not fouling, just playing it clean, and we have a block there by Tunisia. South Africa, like you mentioned, taking some tips from netball, and we got another bucket. So it seems as though spreading the courts, finding the open man, making that pass, it seems to have working for them. Hopefully they can keep this up throughout the game.
I mean, it certainly is working for them. That's that intensity you want from a smaller lineup, and they're doing exactly that.
I agree. Open man there. South Africa once again able to break the press, get over 8 seconds. Drawing a foul there on Tunisia.
I mean, major congratulations to Coach Nozipho Njokweni of South Africa for just making sure that they make the right adjustments. I mean, they went from struggling to inbound the ball to having a system in place to beat that press.
I agree.
And Tokozo Tonga has been enjoying.
South Africa again.
I was saying Tokozo Tonga has been enjoying herself here on the rebounding side. She had 14 rebounds in the first game, and she had 8 rebounds before that. So she's putting on a rebounding masterclass.
I agree. And there we have foul.
That lady there, Molka Marez, against in the win against Rwanda, she had 6 blocks to go to 20 points and 9 rebounds. That's quite an impressive stat line.
Almost a double-double there for the shooter on the free throw line. She makes the first.
Oh, that's an immediate violation.
South Africa's ball. Good play there. South Africa breaks the press and draws the foul. They seem to be getting Tunisia in foul trouble pretty early. And this could work to their advantage, especially with pressing the store.
And we say this every time a team plays a high-pressure defense, that they're left exposed, because you play against a team that is well-structured or has some sort of discipline, you end up fouling a lot.
I agree. Discipline is key down the stretch, because that could be the defining moments for the game. It determines a win or a loss. Finds an open man. Riatlehile Taukubong.
Amarasho Bidelu's she's strong on the rebounding end, and she's proven that for South Africa.
Tunisia draws another foul. First basket is good. Big rebound by South Africa.
Spoke about her rebounding, Obiedelu. It's been very impressive to say the least.
South Africa doing really well so far to start. And they draw another foul. Dogo Zotonga on the baseline there. It looks like it was in the act of shooting, so I think she looks to collect 2 free throws.
Bit of aggression there is all you need, really.
Oh no, it's a side ball. South Africa will regain possession in 14 seconds. Dogo Zotonga goes once again.
I think with a bit more patience, she could have had a better look at the rim there, because it looked like she threw a Hail Mary, as she probably thought she was getting closed down on defense.
I agree. So passing up the good shot for a great shot could have led to a conversion there. Tunisia pushing the ball quite well. Rebound there. Good passing there. Lucky miss. And we have South Africa drawing another foul down low.
That lady there, Amarachi Obiedelu, she's getting every rebound there. I mean, yesterday we spoke about whatever happened to boxing out. I think she's what happened to boxing out, because she's the only one that does it and it pays dividends.
I agree. Boxing out has gone to the women's game. She misses the first of 2 free throws. Just a little bit more patience they needed on the shot. And no good, but Dogo Zotonga with the rebound. But she loses it, and now Tunisia ball.
Again, she's there, like everything you need from offensive rebounds. Ooh, what a nasty crossover there.
And South Africa loses the ball on the baseline. It's nice to see the confidence from Riatlehile Takubong despite South Africa's record so far. I think that's going to be key in keeping the team morale up, giving them open looks, giving them opportunities. So nice to see that.
And that's exactly what you get. Easy take there. That's exactly what you get when you have your home crowd supporting you early on a Sunday, you know, which is usually not the case.
Tunisia.
Governor is called for a foul.
Seems to be reaching from behind, and we have a substitution for South Africa. Kira Howard comes on for Dogo Zotonga.
Beautiful block there. Obiedelu doing everything.
Another block by South Africa.
Back-to-back blocks.
Tunisia and South Africa forces a shot clock violation. Good defense there by South Africa, staying disciplined, staying the course, and they have a turnover.
I know I probably sound like a broken record right now, but that lady, Amarachi Obiedelu, she's such a presence in there, especially for the Tunisian ladies who have size.
And turnover there. Foul by Riatlehile. Like you mentioned, Riatlehile Takubong really struggled in the first few games, taking herself out of the game, putting herself in foul trouble, and she's a key part of the South Africa team. It's just unfortunate that she picks up her second foul here in the first quarter.
And that foul was out of frustration more than anything because she turned the ball over there and she had to make up for it.
1 of 2. Free throws good. Tunisia makes both. Substitution on the floor.
That's high pressure from Tunisia to just make sure the ball isn't inbounded there.
Tunisia making it impossible for South Africa to inbound the ball. I think the awareness that Dalkubong was the primary ball handler. Now she's not on the floor. They're suffocating South Africa down there on the baseline. South Africa unable to inbound.
This is what South Africa struggled with a few days ago against Cameroon. So you can see Tunisia did their homework.
Tunisia for 3 and missed there. Tunisia really struggled from the three-point line in this tournament, shooting 21% only. Hopefully they can improve on those stats in this game, but I think given the size that they have and the dominance, it's not necessary to force that outside shot. They have the bodies, they have the skill, just a little bit more patience.
Tunisia just gets up and down the floor really quickly.
Rebound there by South Africa. And they lose it.
And the turnovers for South Africa just continue to pile up.
Tunisia makes the first. And they make both. Substitution on the floor.
That is any coach's dream, to have a player who can convert on the free throw line with this much ease.
Bit of confusion there by South Africa at the substitutions. Inbound to Govender. South Africa was doing really well with beating the press, spreading the floor, passing.
But there seems to be almost no continuation thereafter.
Good pass there. Turnover. Tunisia once again.
The Tunisian coach, Wissam Chaye, just letting his players know the players ahead of you make the pass early.
And
it's an and-one play there for Govender.
Basket good, and she'll head to the free throw line to collect one. Play there by Govender. Tunisia just there losing a bit of awareness, forcing a turnover there as they have a substitution coming onto the floor.
You know, we spoke earlier about South Africa maybe not having a ball handler, but this lady, Twala, she seems to be handling the ball pretty well for South Africa. Keeps her cool, is not pressure, doesn't feel under any pressure, but instead she looks like she's waiting for her teammates to move, to just so she can find somebody to pass the ball to and get some sort of motion going.
Again, she heads to the free throw line. Both teams in foul trouble now to close out the first quarter. And she makes the first, confidently so. She has opportunity to make one more. And basket good.
1 point game.
South Africa's really adjusted well, like you mentioned, compared to their first 2 games, and they're playing pretty well to start this first quarter. They seem to be in a zone defense, and it seems to be working pretty well. Morocco unable to find the shot. They seem to be under a bit of pressure. Almost a turnover there. And
The
South
South
Africa
African team has just gotten better and better as the competition has gone on.
White ball. South Africa having some clean defense, moving their feet, finding the open man and closing out to leave Tunisia scoreless in that possession.
And South Africa seems to have found the second wind here out of nowhere, and it's working in their favor.
South Africa sends Tunisia to the line for 2.
Both teams are in the penalty.
Both teams in the penalty. They need to be very mindful of their fouls, especially so early on. They don't want to take themselves out of the game, similar to what Riatlehile has done. Tunisia going for 2. Unable to make the first.
And the South African fans loving that missed layup, that missed free throw.
And South Africa ball. South Africa with a big inbound there. Putting the ball on the floor. And it's Tunisia ball.
She just hits the deck. And only 2 of the starters are still on. Kira Howard just watched.
South Africa gets the ball, turns it over there. Tunisia pushes for a layup. Seems to be a foul there.
That was a very nice play though, to skip the pass to the person who was in front and give it to the trailer. And just like that, Hanin Elosh will step up to the free throw line to shoot 2.
She makes the first. And she misses the second. South Africa the big rebound. Relay securing the pass. Unlucky there, falls a little bit short. Tunisia really pushing the ball and turnover there.
South Africa just seems to lack a bit of creativity when Twala is not on the ball.
Seem to be a bit of hot potato, trying to get rid of the ball as quickly as possible. Morocco goes for a long 2. No make. South Africa still going strong with the rebounds. Twala with the cross-court pass. Tonga will go for 2. And basket good.
Back to 1 possession game. Let's talk about that pass from Twala.
I think once again spreading the court, but also having a sense of urgency on the inbound and not being too lackadaisical. And unfortunately, Tunisia there catch South Africa sleeping.
South Africa caught there again, just celebrating a previous achievement in the basket and not making sure to get back on defense. Oh, beautiful handles there by Zon. She's definitely getting fouled.
And she goes to the free throw line to try to collect 2.
That was very impressive. That spin move and the dish, very, very impressive.
Tunisia now with the ball. Taukobong once again subs in. South Africa playing a man.
That looked like a moving screen.
I agree.
Also, Kushnozi Punjukweni.
South Africa playing some amazing defense now. Ndogozo Tonga with the rebound, and she's fouled.
Saying Kushnozi Punjukweni taking a bold move there to bring back Captain Taukobong with 2 fouls back here in the first quarter, and still having that assignment to play like hard defense.
Ndogozo Tonga, BWDB participant, along with Riatlile Taukobong and Lana Shreya. Familiar with some international competition, they played against some of these very players, so they know what to expect. And we've seen it in her rebounding, in her determination in the paint. She looks to make one more. And it's good.
Back to one possession game, and this is probably the best performance South Africa has had in a game that most people would have thought that South Africa would lose.
Taukobong there, applying pressure. Tunisia look to have an open lane. They reset. Long 2. There we have it, the first quarter. Tunisia 17, South Africa 14, playing a lot better than what they did in their first game. What do you make of this first quarter, Shine?
I think that was a very good first quarter by South Africa. They adjusted well to whatever the Tunisians threw at them. But also they put the Tunisians under quite a bit of pressure there because they didn't expect South Africa to come out and perform this way. We said that Tunisia had probably done their homework and their research to play a full court press on South Africa, but South Africa has just weathered that storm quite beautifully.
All right. And South Africa will look to continue this momentum going into the second quarter. The score is 17-14, Tunisia up by 3. And we are back for the second quarter here in Pretoria. Close out the first with pretty high energy from Tunisia and South Africa. South Africa played their best quarter that we've seen them play so far in day 7 of this FIBA U18 AfroBasket. Shine, like you mentioned before the break, South Africa's adjusted really well on defense, able to beat the full court press at times and get some key layups. Going into the second, fortunately they have a turnover there. What do you think they need to do to kind of maintain that pressure on Tunisia?
I think they need maximum contribution from every player first and foremost, but also recognizing that they need like another spark, some sort of creativity. And when Leah Forholm and Ria Takubung are not on, you're getting that from Twala. But now she's not on, and Ria Takubung is in foul trouble, and Forholm has been very quiet today.
I agree, Takubung picking up her 3rd foul here as she sends Tara Zon to the free throw line. South Africa once again almost securing the rebound. Tunisia keeps possession.
Somehow they do manage to get an easy rebound.
I agree.
Another thing South Africa also needs to be wary of, and I know Ria Takubung is guilty of this as a foul, but as a team they need to be very wary of the fouls that they pick up.
And they managed to beat the press there. Ntokozo Tonga goes up for 3. Big rebound there by South Africa to give themselves a second chance. And Leah Forholm draws a foul. She goes to the free throw line.
She should have paid. She's been rather quiet, and she's been one of South Africa's standout players so far in this tournament.
And she misses the first. Leah has a chance to make one more. Tunisia breaks the line a bit too early there.
It's usually very difficult when you don't know what the player is shooting for. You wait a little too long, and their teammate gets a better position for that rebound.
Cross-court pass there by Tunisia. And they find an open man. South Africa again with the rebound. Takubung.
What a careless player from South Africa. I hope that they're wary of the shot clock.
And again.
Got about 3 seconds left to cross the halfway line.
Tunisia has used this time, this 2 minutes, to extend their lead. South Africa seem to be unaware, and they force a turnover there. Tunisia fast break and make.
South Africa seems to really be struggling right now. And I mean, even on the inbound, there isn't a screen anymore to help the players get open. It's like they've gone back to the South Africa of earlier this year.
Bit of complacency here to start the second. Wide open free blown there. South Africa doing a better job at crossing the line. Good passing there to Ntokozo. She goes up for 2. Tunisia, fast break. South Africa again commits a foul.
She hit the deck pretty hard, but there was some good sportsmanship from Kira Howard to just go make sure that her opponent is right.
Yeah, the timeout. Sheena, as we saw in the first quarter, Tunisia managed to score 13 points from South Africa's turnovers, while South Africa only had 4. It was only a 1-possession game at the end of that quarter. What do you think Tunisia needs to kind of improve on to capitalize on the turnovers, but also limit South Africa in the second quarter?
I think Tunisia's already started doing. They're just putting a bit more pressure on the inbounder and the 2 immediate outlets. And it's paid dividends because now they've managed to break away in models of 1-possession game, now being a 3-possession game. But also, like you mentioned, the points South Africa has allowed Tunisia to score from turnovers. They allowed Cameroon to score 60 points off of turnovers and Rwanda to score 63 points off turnovers in their first 2 games. Tunisia understands that if they apply good enough pressure, they're going to get those turnovers, which will likely lead to open baskets because the pressure's coming up high.
I agree. And now teams going in for the start or continuation of the second quarter. And South Africa's ball on the inbound, or is it? Oh, shooting two by Tunisia.
There was that hard foul by Kira Howard just before the timeout.
Tunisia misses the first. They make the second. South Africa trying to use some screens to free up a man. And force a turnover there. Tunisia collects an easy mid-range.
Now a 12-point game.
Takubong finding the open man. Tonga drawing that foul down low on the baseline. She's done it really well in the first quarter just to draw some fouls for herself. It looks like she will head over to the free throw line. Oh, it's on the floor. Betlehile Takubong will get a breather. See South Africa going for three. Unlucky there, big rebound. 3 seconds left. South Africa needs to get a shot off here.
I think if she could, she obviously looks like she didn't see it or she didn't take full advantage of the space she had. But if she could, that would have been an easy dribble down the baseline where there was no half defense and straight to the layup, to the rack to score a layup.
Tunisia, crafty finish there. Novile Twala back on the court, pushing the ball. She manages to find an open man. Dogozo Tonga goes up for two. Bit hard off the glass there.
And we spoke about points from turnovers, and it keeps happening, possession after possession.
Novile getting a bit caught up there. She's unable to distribute that pass. It seems like she got hit there in the eye. South Africa regains possession. Seems to be an open lane. And South Africa ball.
Coach Nozipo there.
Coach Nozipo getting a little bit frustrated there on the baseline. Dozo Tonga goes up for two. Big block there. South Africa commits yet another foul on the baseline.
South Africa, if South Africa continues to foul in the manner they have and turn the ball over in the manner they have, the game will be far too wide for them to catch up on. And just to let our viewers know, it is not 130, it's 30 on the scoreboard.
South Africa yet to find themselves on the board in this quarter. And like I mentioned at the start, what's key for them is to keep on finding themselves on the board, one possession at a time, trying to limit Tunisia, or else this game will become a little bit too out of reach. we wind down the second quarter. Foul there. South Africa kind of going back to spreading the floor, finding the open man, making those passes. Hopefully they can put some points up in this possession.
And Shea there for South Africa entrusted with this inbound, which would be an easy task, but it seems to be a difficult task.
Tunisia collects an easy 2. Foul once again.
But more fouls there against Tunisia. And they're now in foul trouble, Tunisia.
This might be what South Africa needs to kind of get some momentum, find themselves on the board as they struggle to convert elsewhere. Now South Africa will head to the line. Lana Shreya will now shoot 2.
And the Tunisian coach, Wissam Shraye, just continues to remind the refs to at least, he believes the refs are not being consistent on both sides. And there was good defense there from Tunisia until she swung her hand across and blocked Shea.
Shea misses the first. She misses the second. South Africa yet to find themselves on the board. And a foul. Foul on Togozo Tonga. She collects her second now. Nice pass there by Tunisia, stolen away by Sinobile. She pushes the ball. Seems like she's taking it all the way to the hoop. And basket good. Coast to coast there by Sinobile Twala.
That is just a very beautiful take there. And we did mention how she brings that creativity when Leah Forholm is not in form, and also when Tau Kobong is not on the floor.
South Africa.
Seems that the travel there was missed by the refs.
Big 3 by Tunisia, and they miss it. Tunisia looking South Africa unable to get the ball past the halfway. Tunisia gets another chance now. A bit of an extra pass.
South Africa playing better defense there.
And they get a big rebound. It's a jump ball. And South Africa's ball. Good fighting down there by South Africa to give themselves the possession.
But South Africa just needs to make sure that they are able to convert, because Tunisia seems to be running away with this lead.
Turnover there, Tunisia regains possession.
Coach Nosy for just shouting instructions there at a player, Lana Schreier.
Wide open shots, and Tunisia makes it.
That is a pretty confident shot. The number of times we would have had to practice that to be able to take that shot.
And pass intercepted. Extra pass for bucket there by Tunisia. Lana Shreya.
South Africa needs to find a way to stop the bleeding, because I know this Tunisian team is looking to get to 100 points this game, and they seem to be on track for that now after what was a slow first quarter.
Substitutions on the floor. Nina Kaplan returning.
Govender had a good first quarter, is back on the floor now. I think her and Twala will add some much needed creativity to this team.
Good communication there by South Africa down low. And they are able to get the interception. Unfortunately, it seems to have gone off Doza Tonga, and it's red ball. Tunisia has 3 seconds to get a shot off. The players away. They put up a basket, and they got it. Good awareness there by Tunisia on the baseline, aware of how much time they have and just quickly converting.
And the Tunisian forward, Rim Arbi, just proving to be a bit too much for this South African team. And more turnovers there for South Africa. And Tunisia just able to capitalize with so much ease.
Timeout now by South Africa. Score is 42 to Tunisia, or 16. South Africa only has 16. Tunisia seems to have really run away with the lead here in the second quarter, applying massive pressure, adjusting where they made mistakes in the first quarter, and now we have it. The game seems a little bit too out of reach for South Africa, but if they keep on going, I think they can cut down this lead. Another look there, Singobile Twala going coast to coast to give themselves a big fast break layup.
Coast to coast to the Euro step, that's pretty impressive. That's Giannis-like.
Another look there, Tunisia. Just going at it consistently, converting. Now we have it. Timeout there. Tunisia will probably look to apply more pressure to South Africa, suffocate them a little bit more, and South Africa will hopefully use some screens to get the open man and play similar style to netball, like you mentioned, to kind of get the open man, get the passes in, and hopefully get to the hoop a little bit more. Only having scored 2 points in this quarter, almost 7 minutes of play.
And it was that beautiful Euro step, coast to coast Euro step by Mobile Twala.
Need to see a bit more of that for the rest of the second.
Just for experimental purposes, I think Coach Njokweni can definitely try. Twala, Govender, Forholm, and Dalkobong all at the same time.
I agree. Dalkobong still on 3 fouls. 3 minutes left in the second. She needs to play with a lot of discipline and really lead from the front with her team, showing the team morale, helping them move the ball and find the open man. Back here inbound South Africa. Screens.
Morocco committing a lot of bodies up front.
Tunisia. It's an open lane. Easy layup.
Tunisia's committing a lot of bodies up front and is paying dividends.
South Africa now able to get the ball and the foul. They seem to be shooting too.
34 of Tunisia's 44 points have come directly from turnovers.
I think that's the one thing that South Africa needs to do to stop the bleeding. Create a better strategy, just some awareness on the screens, not too hasty to put the ball down on the floor before looking for the open man cross court. Like you mentioned, Tunisia's committing a lot of bodies up front, so South Africa can just get the ball over. They can kind of limit those points that we're seeing from turnovers. South Africa makes 1 of 2.
And the South African fans happy with a free throw.
Providing some much needed morale for South Africa here in Pretoria. Tunisia losing a handle on the ball. South Africa gets possession, it seems the ball to have slid off Tunisia's foot.
I'm sorry, Cindy. I know I've said this a lot and I'll still continue saying this for as long as she continues to perform that way. But Amaracho Biedelu is just a presence, and she forced that turnover by her defense.
Lucky their turnover. Tunisia unable to keep a handle on it. Singobile Twala there with the ball. Seems went up strong, but seems to have blocked there by Tunisia. South Africa retains possession.
Just the pace with which she moves on the court. Twala pushes the ball, fearless. In fact, in the face of the rim, despite the tall defenders there from Tunisia.
South Africa misses the three. Now we have a fast break by Tunisia. Basket good.
Tunisia is just fast. They're getting up and down that floor pretty quickly. And it seems the only player in South Africa who can keep up with that pace is Twala.
That was a Tonga. Goes up for two. Isn't able to convert. And once again, Tunisia comes away with it with the open man. And we have another basket good.
It's happening a little too easily there.
South Africa seems to have a bit of complacency on defense once they do commit the turnovers, not getting back, and Tunisia's really punishing them for that. Substitution on the floor as Twala goes off.
Abu comes on.
Africa moving well, playing some really good defense, similar to what we saw in the first quarter. Moving well, open man, and secure a big rebound. South Africa back to what has worked for them in the first quarter. We have an open man, goes up, miss. Rebound Tunisia, they push the ball. South Africa falling behind there. We have another layup.
Those Tunisian women are just moving so fast on that court. And they continue to rack up points off a fast break.
Scramble for the ball. And South Africa's ball.
South Africa has allowed 29 fast break points in this first half, which is more than they did in any of their previous games. Bit complacent, not getting back on time. And now they have a chance to maybe collect two. And another turnover. Tunisia pulls away once again. As Inez Rajab scores her 10th point. Africa. Very well timed interception there.
Foul there by South Africa in the low post to send Tunisia to the line. A little bit better on recovering on the fast break, just a bit of a swat there, putting them in a position which sends Tunisia to the free throw line. Islam Sharif misses the first. She misses the second. Rebound by South Africa. Here we have it. Turnover there by South Africa.
Very good defensive effort there by Arbi.
Big three by Tunisia. Rebound. Pass just a little bit too strong there.
And that's a timeout by Tunisia.
I think they're probably drawing up one last play to really solidify their lead. Closing out this half, they really pulled away in the second quarter, holding South Africa to only 3 points, while they've capitalized off of turnovers and managed to really suffocate South Africa in the second quarter.
I mean, Tunisia has already scored 35 points in this quarter. You know, you're not keeping any game close if you're going to let that many that many points in the second quarter, because third quarter is normally where things go right or wrong for teams. So if South Africa does not pull it back in the third quarter, it might even look worse than the second quarter did.
Yeah, South Africa coming back in. Someone who's really been a spark for the team is Dakubung on the bench with fouls has been Sinqobile Twala, though she remains on the bench. Dozo Tonga providing that much needed rebounding presence. And Amarachi Obidelu, as you mentioned, key parts in the first quarter, back here in the second. And now Tunisia balls. They look to make one more play with a 5-second difference between the game clock and shot clock.
Shot clock turned off.
Tunisia really running the clock. South Africa playing some good defense so far. And Tunisia gets a basket. Good movement there.
Fantastic basketball.
And seems to be the end of the second quarter. End of the first half, we have Tunisia 54, South Africa 17. Shine, as we saw, Tunisia really honed in on their defense and really punished South Africa in the second quarter, scoring from turnovers 38 points so far in this game. And fast break points 33. What do you think really fell apart there for South Africa in the second quarter?
I think they just lost their composure, or Tunisia just did more of what they wanted to do initially, which was apply pressure on everyone. I mean, you saw that Tunisia committed more people ahead in front at every inbound, making sure that they get the quick steal, and then in that position you compromise because there's nobody there to help you on defense. It always led to easy baskets. Like you said, 38 points off of turnovers, but also the contribution from the bench. Almost half of Tunisia's points come from their bench, which is 29, whereas South Africa only have 5 points from their bench out of the 17 points here.
I agree. There we have it. End of the first half. Tunisia 54, South Africa 17.
Well, welcome to the second quarter of South Africa and Tunisia, where Tunisia is enjoying a 54-17 lead against the host nation here in this Group A encounter. And after what was a very close first quarter at 17-14 in favor of Tunisia, just one possession separating the two teams, has now turned to an almost 40-point blowout, a 37-point difference between the two teams. South Africa will be looking to get that back.
Points on the board.
And Tunisia just finding ways to break down that South African defense. South Africa seems to have come out with a bit more life, and the fans are cheering them on.
To start off the second half. Another steal, but unlucky there with the turnover.
I think Tunisia's trying a little too hard to just find the centers and post players, because there are many opportunities, many occasions rather, where they have an opportunity to go straight to the basket, but they're trying to make that extra pass over South Africa. And South Africa has their hands up, so they're deterring that pass a lot.
Subs coming in for Tunisia. Tunisia seems to be playing with a little bit under pressure, sense of urgency which South Africa has caused by the two steals they've managed to get. Takobong losing the ball. Tunisia the wide open break. Basket good.
Just a bit of a lack of awareness there from Captain Takobong, which led to the turnover.
Travel call there. Coach Njokweni really encouraging our players to go back to spreading the floor, making those open passes, not be too hasty to put the ball on the floor. Foul there.
Twala and Takobong on the court at the same time. I think maybe Coach Nozip was looking for some creativity.
South Africa's men's team's in the bleachers cheering on the women's team. Obidielu forcing a turnover there for South Africa. These little sparks of momentum are so important for them, Shine. Turnover.
South Africa just playing with their food here. Unable to make passes stick. Maybe Coach Nozipo can drop a sort of like fast break. It may look like a press breaker, but she needs to draw one up for this team, similar to what was working for them in the first quarter.
Tunisia moving the ball well. Finding the open man. And South Africa with some amazing defense on that position, forcing a turnover for Tunisia.
And I mean, one thing Tunisia is doing, seems to be a technical hold-up. One thing Tunisia is doing really well is just moving the ball around well. They're not rushing like they were at the start of this quarter. They're moving the ball really well, trying to find that easy open look, and now it's coming together.
South Africa.
You can hear him. South African veteran and men's national team captain Neo Motiba just shouting to the players here to fake the pass.
Fake a pass to make a pass. South Africa manages to cross the line. Takobong loses a footing there. Another turnover by South Africa.
This is really good ball movement from Tunisia. Notice how every player is moving when they don't even have the ball, as opposed to the counterparts, South Africa, who are stationary when any one player has the ball.
Timeout now. South Africa will look to kind of break the press, get the ball across, fake the pass to make the pass, really gain a bit of momentum here to go into the third. Tunisia's come out strong to start off this third quarter to build on their 23 steals that they had in the first half. And from those 23 steals, they managed to get 38 points from turnovers, which is more than half of what their current score is.
23 steals just goes to show how certain fundamentals are lacking from South Africa. Let it be that there's no faking, there's no pass fake, or that everyone is just waiting for the ball to get to them and not exactly getting to the ball.
Once again, Tunisia converts. There we have it. Good ball movement by South Africa. Amarachi Obidelu goes for two, and she will now shoot a pair.
It's a very simple thing, but I mean, the faking the pass to make a pass, especially when the team is playing such a high press. You fake the pass and the all go jump and you find yourself with an open person.
Obidelu missing the first. And they make the second. Bring South Africa scored to 20. Tunisia moving the ball well once again. Cross-court pass. Big three. Rattles out. Singobile Twala with the ball. Good crossover there to maintain possession. She gets it back. Dozo Tonga. Three. Doesn't fall. Tunisia making that extra pass fake. And no good. Good move there by Tunisia.
A few positions back, you saw Tunisia take their first three of the quarter. And that's not to say that they haven't had any open three-point shots. But they've just really been taking their time in getting the perfect play.
Nice drop off there by Takubong. Unlucky. Obidelu misses the shot, but she's able to draw a foul once again in the same spot.
That should have been an easy conversion.
But I think this is the spark that they need just to get the offense going, getting themselves in the low block, at least creating opportunities for them down there. And she misses the first.
The free throw looks seemed a bit rushed.
Obidelu makes her second. Good shooting there, a little bit more patience like you mentioned, a bit rushed on the first shots and she's able to convert the second. Tunisia, some good ball movement. Wide open jumper. Takubong wide open. She's unable to make that. Tunisia gets possession.
The one thing Tunisia keeps doing well is just making sure they're getting bodies to disrupt what South Africa has to do. They're not always looking to get the steal, but they're looking to just deter the pass or deter the layup or something.
South Africa taking a note out of Tunisia's book there, deterring the passes, deterring the layups. And Tunisia will inbound. Wide open three for Tunisia, and they make it.
And they're picking their shots quite well.
Tawaza Tonga throws the ball away there. Fast break Tunisia. Snobilefa commits the foul.
She was left no option and she had to commit the foul to stop the bleeding as Tunisia looks to continue building on this lead.
Tunisia makes their second. South Africa to inbound.
I'm not sure if there was any difference in strategy from Nozi Pontakweni to a team, but they seem to still be trouble, and they've gone away from what worked for them very well in the first quarter. They've gone away from what worked for them well in the first quarter, when they could easily beat the press from setting screens off the ball and getting the pass in and faking the pass.
South Africa completely losing the ball there.
They're not able to get any stops, and a lot of the stuff comes from unforced turnover. And surprisingly, they're showing the shooting free throws.
Good block there, Obidelu. Davanda unable to get a hold of the ball, but it seems still to be South Africa's ball on the inbound. South Africa showing a lot more fight here to start off the third as compared to how they ended off the second.
Yeah, you're gonna need everything you have from everybody.
Takubong going up for open layup, and she misses that.
Yeah, you're gonna need everything from everybody in order to make something out of this game.
South Africa's also straying a little bit too far from sharing the ball like they did in the first quarter. Finding themselves turning over the ball, giving it back to Tunisia.
Yeah, they're not sharing the ball well at all, and playing what seems to be lazy defense as they're fouling a lot more.
Good defense there on the baseline. Tunisia.
That's a two, a long two. And look, all I hear from Coach Njokweni is cross or pass. Not a lot of instructions on doing so to get the players open in order to be able to make that. Sort of like an instruction without any guidance or anything to do in order to get there.
Veteran player No Mutiba sharing some insight there from the bleachers.
no patriot likes to see their country struggle, especially when you know you can help.
Big block there by South Africa.
And shot clock violation there, like you said, good defense from South Africa. It goes to show just how much effort they're putting into this.
South Africa unable to retain possession. South Africa a chance now. And
looking at a lot of the positives, South Africa in the last 5-6 possessions or so struggled to cross the halfway line, but they managed to get across this time, and not only just cross, but also get a good attempt at the rim, even though Abu missed that.
South Africa once again closing down the paint, forcing Tunisia to make that extra pass, and they do a good job at deterring Tunisia. Turnover there.
Just a ball rotation from Tunisia. I think that may be a mistake here with the shot clock going up to 24 when it should have been 14, because Tunisia won the ball in the front court.
Jump ball there. Good fight there from Govender.
And this is exactly what you want from your players, giving everything they have on the court.
Govender getting a breather now. They're heading to the bench. Lana Schreier goes in, caught sleeping, and basket good.
That is a high IQ play, especially against a team that's struggling to get an inbound. When you struggle to get that, you pull off such. That is just high IQ. And what happened to C-Man C ball?
South Africa, wild pass there. Tunisia. Foul there by South Africa after playing some really good defense. Bailout to Tunisia there in the last 9 seconds.
South Africa also looks really tired. Every player is huffing and puffing, as opposed to Tunisia, where they seem to still have a lot of life in.
So Ed Garner misses the first. She misses the second. Empty trip. Big rebound by South Africa. And they managed to get out of that, but turnover just above the 3-point line. Near the chance for South Africa to stay on their defense screen. Big rebound there by South Africa. Foul there by Tunisia.
Before she fouled, it appeared as though Abu had traveled. The Misha Abu still able to draw that foul against South Africa. And because they're in the penalty,
she'll shoot two.
Both teams are in the penalty now.
She misses the first. And the second one rattles out.
And the dribble handoff or the DHO, as it's known to most players, that Tunisia is employing seems to be working just well.
Foul there by Tunisia.
And she's going to step up to shoot two, as she should. I think the issue with South Africa doesn't just come down to plays and tactics. It seems as though the players also lack some of the necessary skills to execute these plays. And I think that's definitely something Coach Nozipho Njokweni is going to be focusing on.
I think as well in the first quarter we see them playing with a little bit more confidence, and as the game is wound down, seem to be a bit deflated. But a big steal there. Thrown away. Tunisia regains possession.
But I mean, just as quickly as South Africa steals it, they lose it too.
Amarachi Bidelu playing really hard on those two possessions to get the ball for South Africa. Lana Shreya goes up for three. And a miss there. Tunisia looks to push the ball once again.
And just on the technical side of things, Tunisia, they're getting open looks, just the looks they want. And South Africa just struggling.
South Africa
it's travel after travel, turnover after turnover. I'm sure this is very frustrating to the coach, and this is only the third quarter, so it's either they improve on this going into the fourth quarter, or it only gets worse from there.
South Africa, great job there on defense.
Very good steal there.
Tara Zahn, amazing pass. Unlucky there, unable to get the buckets. Big block there by South Africa. And electrifying in the end of the third quarter. Amazing play we saw them from South Africa, unable to convert that bucket. And now score is 77-21 to Tunisia. Welcome back to this fourth quarter of the first game of day 7 of the Under-18 FIBA AfroBasket. I'm joined by Emmanuel Shine. And South Africa is falling behind Tunisia in this game, 77-21. So some electrifying plays there at the end of the third quarter. Let's hope that they can come back in with the same type of intensity, same type of energy. And Shine, what do you think we can expect?
In all fairness, this was a much better quarter than the second quarter was, because South Africa only conceded 23 points as opposed to almost 38 in the first quarter, and scored just as few as they did in the second quarter, but they put on a better show defensively. There are signs, and I mean, South Africa did manage to get a lot of open looks, just not able to convert them.
Here we have inbound by South Africa. Kara Howard back here for South Africa. Open look there by Lana Shreya. Missed there, but they managed to regain possession. Deep three. Amarachi unable to convert. South Africa's getting to the hoop now, but unable to get it softly up onto the glass and into the basket.
And I mean, if you just look at the field goal percentage, South Africa's sitting at 20%. And
big rebound there.
They've had a lot of good looks.
Lana Shreya unable to make that one.
A lot of good looks there, like you see. Zon, I mean, she's able to make the passes. She may be the shortest player on the court, but she's able to pick up passes above much taller players, and they get to their intended target.
Yes, she's playing with a lot of heart here to start the fourth.
And that's exactly what you need.
Lana Shreya now going for two. Misses the first. And she misses the second. Amarachi goes up, unable to make that one. Passes it out. Zon once again. Draws the foul.
I think this is quite an impressive stat line for Amarachi Obiedelu. She's got 6 points, but with that she's got 15 rebounds and 7 blocks.
She has been a defensive powerhouse for this team today.
I mean, she could get a triple-double, even if she doesn't, a double-double, even if she doesn't necessarily get to 10 points. Although she should get to 10 points, she's missed a lot of open shots here.
South Africa doing a better job on the inbound. Zon with a big crossover. Unlucky to make that.
I'm really enjoying Terra Zon.
Like you mentioned, smallest player on the court, but definitely playing with a lot of heart here in South Africa's final group game.
She's given that creativity that I wish Coach Nozipho Njokwani would have seen a lot earlier.
Travel. Just that presence of Amarachi Obiedelu there in the paint, forcing Tunisia into the travel.
But this is very well done, though, by South Africa. You can even hear the intensity, the communication on defense, right by the bench, cheering them on.
South Africa loses the ball. They seem to get it back. And it's Tunisia ball.
And Coach Nozipho Njokwani pretty much coaching a lot of things you wouldn't expect a coach to coach at this stage. Telling the players exactly where to stand when the ball is where it is. You won't be able to keep up with that as the game continues. Reem Arbi's been having a very good game.
Tarazan. The ball.
And Abu goes off there for Takubong, who I think should give them. She's had a very quiet game, a very quiet tournament, but she's capable of so much more than that.
Tunisia moving the ball well, cross-court pass.
And that turnaround there is testament to Amarachi's defense, because she's got 7 blocks, so the Tunisian ladies are afraid to enter the paint.
And there we have shot clock violation. Takubong. Amazing pass. A little out of reach for Kara Howard.
But I mean, what we are noticing though is South Africa seems to have a play to break down, to break the press on the inbound. But just notice how slowly the players are getting out of those screens.
Turn around by Tunisia. Basket good. Tunisia regains possession.
Tunisia is just playing with a different level of intensity.
Takubong misses the ball there.
Could have easily been called for a travel there.
Big block by Amarachi Bujelu. Takubong now down the floor. And she's unable to make that.
Marachi has 8 blocks. And Amarachi has been playing with 4 personal fouls.
Just shows you the discipline that she has as a player. Able to make herself available for her team down the stretch as we have 6 minutes, 30 seconds left of this game.
You see how slowly the players are coming out of the pick, so it doesn't matter what play the coach puts together, but there needs to be some level of execution there. And they're walking out of the screens, which still allows Tunisia to just stay in their defensive formation.
Building on that, you can see the contrasting and the energy. Tunisia up 60 points, but still playing with a huge sense of urgency as opposed to South Africa. And now we have a timeout now. Score to Tunisia 81, South Africa 21. back here in Pretoria. 6 minutes, 18 seconds left of the fourth. Tunisia up 60 against host South Africa. Steal there by Taukobong.
Well, the South African fans don't like this. The South African fans don't like this play at all, because it's not a head injury, so the referee should not stop the game because a player's shoe has come off.
Slowed down a bit of the momentum South Africa was gaining there. They look to inbound. Once Morocco gets that shoe secure, that seemed to have flown off as Taukobong got the steal. South Africa's ball.
The Tunisian coach, Wissam Chayer, he doesn't look very pleased with his team's performance despite being up 60.
Tarazan there. Seems to be getting lost there. Time winding down. Shot clock violation. Lack of awareness there by South Africa, not able to get a shot up in time, and now it's Tunisia's ball. South Africa.
This is a very physical game in many aspects, as we've had a lot of jump balls here in this game.
I agree. Players still putting their bodies on the line, sacrificing, fighting for that jump ball.
I guess this is how you prove to your coach that you should be on the court when the games are more difficult.
Tunisia regains possession, moving the ball really well.
That was expert ball rotation there.
Along with that, their urgency. They managed to get in 6 to 7 passes in 10 seconds and still get a shot up. And now South Africa's ball.
Now that is basketball. Butterfingers there from Taukobong. Unlike her, she's had a lot of international exposure already.
Taukobong struggling here in this game and through this tournament. Now Taukobong with the ball. Losing a footing once again.
It looked like she got tripped.
South Africa doing a better job of spreading the courts. And shot no good there.
That looked like a hard hit.
Tunisia for 3. And basket good.
If you're gonna retaliate that way.
Taukobong once again losing her handle on the ball. It's a jump ball. And it will go to South Africa.
I like how Twala has been playing. It's good to see her back on the court. A lot of creativity, a lot of speed, a lot of composure as well. And a lot of confidence.
Big 3 by Tunisia. And another one. Back-to-back triples by Tunisia now to put the score at 84-21.
And that's unlike how they've been playing, because they usually don't settle for threes, especially in back-to-back possessions.
South Africa tries to answer with 3 of their own. Attempt unsuccessful. Steal there by South Africa. Singobile Twala back. He slows it down. South Africa looking for the open man. Dozo Tonga goes up. Rebound Tunisia.
That was good running back on defense by Twala.
Tunisia unable to convert. Very uncharacteristic of them. Another three doesn't fall.
But also, South Africa just unable to get any rebounds.
Tunisia really eager to push the score here, seeing them settling for some triples. The start of the game, they're moving the ball a little bit more. South Africa is able to break the press. Ill-advised pass there by Ngobile, and now Tunisia ball.
I mean, despite the fact that it looks like Morocco keeps getting rebound after rebound, they are pretty even on rebounds. 51 for South Africa and 50 for Tunisia.
Three doesn't connect. Cross-court lob there. Big three there by Zon, unable to fall.
That was a deep three.
Tunisia keeping it simple, finishing with the easy two through contact.
And Kira Howard not comfortable with the ball.
Nice little ball fake by Tarazan. Three-point attempt by South Africa, not falling so far. Another three-point attempt.
But Tunisia always has somebody crashing the ball, let it be an offensive rebound or a defensive rebound.
Timeout there, South Africa and Jokweni imploring a team to keep the urgency despite there being 1 minute 50 seconds left of this game. Score is 89 Tunisia, 21 South Africa. We are back with the last minute and some change of this fourth quarter game between South Africa and Tunisia. South Africa's last group game. They look to fight right till the end. Singobile Twala unable to get the ball over the line, as now it's Tunisia's ball.
I like her tenacity. South Africa's only allowed 41 points from turnovers, and that's only allowed because they allowed a lot more against Rwanda.
You can hear Coach Njogweni encouraging her team to box out, fight for those rebounds. We have a jump ball. South Africa ball. Nobile Twala loses the ball there, unlike Tunisia. Doza Tonga for 3.
Even Tunisia's getting a little bit sloppy with the ball. They're not protecting it like they were previously.
Tarazan still fighting, showing a lot of heart. Crafty pass there. Nobile Twala unable to keep the ball. Now 3-point attempt, and it's good.
And if there was anybody who would make any difference or any sort of impact in this game, it would be her.
And she brings South Africa's points in the second half to 10. At 3 points, it seems to have brought South Africa's crowd to their feet as we wind down the last 30 seconds of this game. Three by Tunisia.
Tunisia has all the answers.
Nobile Twala once again. Tunisia looking to get one final score on South Africa. Settles for the long 2. And that's game. Basket won't count. There we have it. First game of the day of day 7 of the FIBA U18 AfroBasket. Tunisia 91, South Africa 24. Shine?
Not the best performance from either team, but South Africa definitely knows what they need in order to improve the program in South Africa, as I've seen this lady struggle throughout the first 3 games of the tournament.
I agree. I'm Sanisa Mabunda and I'm with Emmanuel Shine. Stay tuned for the next game, starting at 3 p.m. today.